boxing is something that's taken over from Turkey. Turkey's his name. He's like a prince or some shit in Dubai or something, like hundreds of billions of dollars. They're paying out. I don't even know who Conor Benn is.
I don't know.
He like supposedly is a pretty big name in boxing. But I never heard of him. Crazy, bro. Like, yeah, they really paid this is Ben Johns?
Conor
Ben. Conor. They really paid him $15 million. It's like,
I wouldn't blame you for going to box.
Yeah, it's crazy how you just put in so much work in the UFC, to build this name, create this character, be this star. It's like, I'm not making $15 million fight. It's also a business. If they think that's a good business move and that guy's going to bring in money, it's like, I get it. I don't take anything personal in business. Business is business. He hates Oscar De La Hoya. He hates Eddie Hearn. He hates these people. He's like, hey, let's take their biggest star and pay him, even if it's $15 million for, like, I could see it being out of like an ego thing. I guess it's a business thing too. You bring in a legit guy. Yeah. Again,
Sean O'Malley finds himself stunned by reports of Conor Benn's massive payday with Zuffa Boxing. The former UFC champion and current promotional superstar struggles to comprehend how Benn allegedly earned significantly more than established UFC fighters. Benn recently departed his long-term partnership with Matchroom Boxing to join Dana White's newly formed Zuffa Boxing venture. Boxing insider Dan Rafael broke the news that Benn's contract was worth $15 million for a single fight, a figure that dwarfs typical UFC compensation. During a YouTube appearance, O'Malley expressed his shock and irritation, emphasizing how UFC athletes invest years developing their personal brands and fighting credentials, only to see an unfamiliar name reportedly earn $15 million for one appearance.
And, $15 million for one fight, it's crazy because what's going to happen after this fight, right? Is the $15 million worth having Conor Benn? It's the first time I've heard of him. From what everybody tells me, he's a very good boxer. But is Khamzat Chimaev making $15 million? Is Ilia Topuria making $15 million? Merab Dvalishvili making $15 million? We don't know because those numbers are always hidden. But I truly believe it's a flex from Dana White paying Conor Benn $15 million.
Demetrius Johnson weighed in on the Conor Benn payment controversy during his own YouTube show. The former flyweight kingpin acknowledged his lack of familiarity with Benn prior to the headlines breaking. Instead of questioning the reported figure's accuracy, Johnson theorized that the $15 million deal might represent Dana White's strategic demonstration of his willingness to invest substantial money when the circumstances align properly.
The story and everything behind it is not just this fight, but a lot of it is MVP versus UFC. And that's where I'm going to fucking go real hard in the trenches. We're helping them because they're suffering from a lack of competition. Yeah. And they can't just make a class action lawsuit every couple of years at cost of doing business. And so I'm really trying to help Dana out. And if anyone has been groomed to be his apprentice, it's been me. I think I'd be the most favorite adversary he's ever had. So
I love it. Before continuing with today's updates, please show your support by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and hitting the notification bell to help expand our reach. The latest UFC rankings have arrived with significant shifts throughout several weight classes. Sean Strickland maintains his third position in the middleweight rankings after his TKO finish of Anthony Hernandez, while Hernandez slides down 2 places to 6th following the defeat. The welterweight division sees Uros Medic crack the top 15 at 12th after his spectacular knockout of Jeff Neal, as Kobe Cogdon drops 1 spot to 13th but retains his ranking, and Daniel Rodriguez falls 2 positions to 15th, barely securing his ranked status. At featherweight, Melquiz da Costa joins the top 15 at 13th after defeating Danny Gate, though Costa's call-out for Diego Lopez creates scheduling complications given Lopez's second-place ranking. The flyweight division witnessed Loner Kavanaugh's surprising removal from the rankings entirely, despite his upcoming bout against Brendan Moreno at UFC Mexico this weekend. Ronda Rousey continues her verbal campaign against Dana White and the UFC organization following her shocking announcement of a comeback fight against Gina Carano under Most Valuable Promotions rather than the UFC. When questioned about potential UFC negotiations, Rousey revealed she had contacted Dana White without successful results. During a recent MVP vlog, Rousey addressed the possibility of competing directly against Dana White's promotion, sarcastically noting that the UFC suffers from insufficient competition and pledging to change that dynamic by positioning MVP as a direct rival. Conor McGregor maintains his public pressure campaign for a UFC contract, particularly targeting the rumored White House event. The former dual-division champion has spent months lobbying for inclusion, with fans suggesting various opponents, including a Nate Diaz trilogy or the rescheduled Michael Chandler bout. McGregor recently posted on social media, marking day 15 of I Accept Send the Contract, while sharing fresh training footage to demonstrate his readiness. Simultaneously, speculation emerged linking him to Carlos Protes, but Protes dismissed these rumors when speaking to MMA Hoje, stating that no official discussions have occurred and reiterating his preference for Jack Della Maddalena or other ranking-advancing opportunities.
Gable Stevenson is doing some things now, and he's learning at a rapid pace.
He's fighting somebody that's 11-3, bro. That's a good record. What I did tell Gable Stevenson, Gable, really take your time. Don't sign with the UFC just yet. I would look at maybe getting like close to 10 fights before you do decide.
What?
I would say maybe 4 more fights before he signs with the UFC. I think the more the merrier, bro. Quite honestly.
So you want Gable to fight his first fight in the UFC at 55 years old at this rate? That's what you're saying?
No, dude, he was the second youngest in history.
His mentor is John Jones, a guy that was in there at 6-0. John Jones was the youngest champion. If UFC's coming with the bag, you think Gable's going to say, I'm not?
Gable Stevenson has compiled an impressive 3 dozen records since transitioning from professional wrestling to mixed martial arts, with his September debut launching a successful run. The Olympic gold medalist's latest victory came via TKO against an experienced opponent, holding an 11-3 record, prompting discussions about his UFC readiness. During the Pound for Pound podcast, Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo debated Stevenson's promotional timing, with Cejudo advocating patience, while Usman argued for immediate UFC integration.
You rotate out, throw that leg, and then let whip back. It's almost like you throw your leg. Throw your leg out so you're getting outside the target when you come back down.
So you do it with the lead leg?
I like the lead leg and the back leg. You know, the back leg is there's that variation kick, you know what I mean? Where I'll go low, I'll go high, hit high, boom, and then elevate up. That's actually what I got him with both leads. The setup. So, boom. So you come down the middle, give that looseness, and now I'm swinging outside. Step, almost like kind of step in like I'm gonna jab kick. I step in, and then here I swing my foot, rotates my hip up, and I try to whip it back and use the body force back down.
So, boom. Or lead, you
Front
say
leg,
lead,
front
right?
leg, yeah.
Say,
It's more distracting. It's like,
bang. You go.
hey, it's a kicker at all. Yeah, I mean, but even like on a front kick, it's like it's easy. A front teep kick is a lot more like faster and easier and more effective than a back leg, because like you can see the motion of the back.
Yeah.
So on the front, you just want to do a little whip, jab, boom. That way I can hurt you because you're not expecting it. And now the same thing with the question mark kick.
Yeah.
It's just a little whip, jab, setup. So here the same thing, boom, step. I don't want to kick you, so there.
Luke Rockhold provided Joshua Van with technical striking instruction during a training session at Jackson's gym. The former middleweight champion, renowned for his diverse kicking techniques, demonstrated proper question mark kick execution to the current UFC flyweight title holder.
Of course, if I hear you, Khamzat is a big challenge, you know, and he knows and we know and the UFC knows that I'm able to go to this fight, and I'm willing to go to this fight, whatever happens, because what I said since a lot of time, it's not right now, is the only thing I'm focusing on is the belt, not the owner of the belt. And that's not since Khamzat gets this belt that I said that, but I said that way before, because that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day is the belt around my waist. If the UFC call me tomorrow, with the hate I have in my heart, of course it will be Sean Strickland, you know, and then I can fight Khamzat or whatever, but what I have in my heart right now is to erase this defeat, this loss I had a few years ago, and beat this guy because I hate him. I don't like the way he speaks. I don't like the way he sings. I don't like the way he speaks about my people. So, like I said, you know, and even in terms of fighting, like I can tell you guys, both of those fights will be world wars. Both of those fights will be crazy. But the one with Sean, I will leave him dead inside the cage.
Nassourdine Imavov seeks retribution against Sean Strickland, whose recent victory over Anthony Hernandez has repositioned him for title contention, potentially ahead of Imavov, despite their previous encounter. When interviewed by Mike Heck of MMA Fighting about choosing between Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev, Imavov declared his animosity towards Strickland runs so deep he would prioritize revenge over a championship opportunity against Chimaev.
Like, what are the aspects? Because it's kind of cool to get a chance to potentially be the first ones to beat Khamzat, especially when he's so dominant.
Yeah, all of the above. I mean, we're going to have our work cut out for us, so we know that. But you know, really, like if we can shut some of that stuff down and make him doubt on any of these routes that he's on, especially when it comes to the ground game, he's very systematic. If we can disrupt some of those, the kind of the chain wrestling that he puts together, and make him restart and put some doubt in his mind, I think that's where we have to be successful. And not only that, is when you defend those takedowns and if and when you defend them, making them pay for it, not, you know, telling them like, hey, if you're going to come in here, you're going to have to pay a price for that. So there's a lot of things I think that we can apply, and especially with our ideologies here at Extreme Couture and the way that we do our practices, I think it would make for a great fight.
Sean Strickland's head coach Eric Nixick believes he has identified the strategy to defeat Khamzat Chimaev. Speaking with Submission Radio, Nixick outlined his blueprint involving early system disruption and forcing Chimaev into uncomfortable situations. The coach emphasized creating doubt and breaking Chimaev's aggressive rhythm as essential components for success against such a dominant opponent.
I think what happens in the training room should stay in the training room. You know, training is training. Guys should be putting themselves in less advantageous positions to make themselves better. We do a lot of situational sparring, situational training. But again, it's like outside of camp, I think guys should be working on things, and guys should be exploring new options and trying to develop new tactics and techniques. So, you know, thinking that you just because you beat a guy in the training room, whether you're on the A side or the B side, you shouldn't take that into the fight. What happens in the training room, I feel like should stay in the room. And I think both guys, are both great competitors and game opponents. So to me, none of that stuff matters in the room.
Nixick also addressed questions about historical training sessions between Chimaev and Strickland at Extreme Couture, where he serves as head coach. He minimized the importance of gym stories, explaining that sparring dynamics don't translate directly to actual competition and maintaining that training room activities should remain private. Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland's rivalry intensifies as their social media exchanges escalate beyond Strickland's recent fight with Anthony Hernandez. Monday evening saw Strickland post on X, taunting Chimaev with "Keep running, Chechen, I know the score. You know the score," followed by a poster teasing their potential matchup. Chimaev responded by accepting the challenge, writing, "See you soon, boy. Share your thoughts on whether Strickland deserves the next title shot and your predictions for this potential clash in the comments section." Here are today's top internet memes, with third place going to Undisputed Take and second place awarded to Midwinter Path. The #1 meme recognition goes to Show Me the Money for their outstanding contribution. Thanks for joining us today. Remember to like this video and subscribe for daily MMA coverage, and we'll see you tomorrow with more updates.